Yep, all good.
Just give us a sec, Benny.
Yep, you're right.
Well, Brownie pulled off the impossible tonight almost. At times looked like you were behind for much part of that match, but pulled it out of the fire. Took us through it.
Yeah, we started off on the back foot. They played a lot faster than we did. Our ruck D was, which has at times let us down a little bit this year in a few games, especially early in contest, wasn't near where it needs to be, and they played rather quick and got away from us. And I thought, in the context of the game, obviously they played a fair bit faster, but I thought the amount of goal line D we did to give ourselves a chance to win the game, ultimately I thought we deserved the win from that point of view. Like, they didn't have to do too much goal line D, and we did an awful lot of work. There was a point there where I think we were 100 tackles more than them, so I thought we actually earned the right to win the game. And at the end of the day, obviously, it was probably Sean's wobbliest field goal which went over. But look, there's some areas we know that we've got to get better at to get to where we need to get to. But we've won 3 in a row, and the last 3 games we've certainly found some growth in some areas, that's for sure.
Aidan, you had plenty to say at half time. Can you talk us through what the message was to the playing group?
Just that we're a better team than what we sort of dished out in the first 40. I put my hand up. I played pretty poorly in that first 40. Not allowed their sort of middles to get it over me. But it was just like thankful for the boys that are stuck in there, and they come in at half time only 6 points down. And then they actually went out and scored the first try in the second half. So they fought hard, and then it just sort of made me realise that I'll pick up my game. So that's what it was.
Brownie, you scored right on half time. Did you get the sense that the momentum had changed off the back of that, and possession? Obviously, they were well in front possession wise in the first half. Did you sense that the tide was starting to turn?
I thought our bench certainly gave us a lift. Katie going to dummy half certainly quickened some things up for us, and Aaron Penne and Bunce did really well for us to help us get back into it. And they got the intercept try, basically an intercept try, which sort of, when we were starting to look like we were getting going, and that sort of set us back in our heels a bit. And then to go in at 18-12, considering how we'd gone, I thought we'd certainly take that. So to be 18-12 down was pleasing considering what we'd done, And then, as Ad said, a lot of blokes in the second half certainly did a better job around the ruck in our ruck D, and then ultimately it was our goal line defence. So the amount of times we turned them away at the end of the day was probably what gave us our chance. And we didn't get too many chances down there, but we certainly caused them a few problems when we did get down there.
Talk about those growth areas. Can you give us some specifics on where the last 3 weeks you've had a huge improvement?
Well, certainly we've got a bit better each week in attack. There's no doubt about that. It was certainly improved there. I think our edge defence and our defence on the goal line certainly got a lot better. But obviously our around the ruck area is an area which we were exposed early tonight, and we've had a few problems there. So we've just got to keep working hard there and do a lot better there. And if we can really improve that, and then obviously develop some combination with our key players, only the second game together tonight, I think we can sort of track in the right direction.
And I interviewed Sean Johnson after the game, and he's really emotional about being back in that Warriors jersey. What's he brought back to this group?
Yeah, Sean's just bring that calm head. They have the saying, you can't put a old head on young shoulders, and he's just that old fellow around the pack. He's got plenty of experience, and it shows. Like tonight, last year we lost a few games like this, and he's just steering the ship from behind and getting us to get in the points, and then he ices that one there. It's not his best kick, but at the end of the day, he goes over, and we're going home with 2 points.
Brownie, where do you see this team? Where's the potential? I know you've spoken about you don't want to be in a growth period now. It's about winning games. Where do you see this team?
Yeah, look, we've certainly got some younger players that are certainly like people like Reese and that they're all scratching the surface. The younger players, especially in the backs and that that are only scratching the surface. But when we certainly get our experienced forwards on the field, there's still got a few experienced forwards not playing at the moment. We certainly feel like we can do a good job through the middle part of the field. Where do I see us at the moment? At the moment, we're certainly an improving team. I think we'd all agree we're better than last year, as the Cowboys are better than last year, and last year we couldn't kick a field goal. I think we had 5 or 6 games where if we had kicked a field goal, we might have won as well, So we're certainly improving, but, we play the top end of town in the next 2 weeks on the road. We've got Roosters and Melbourne, who have been the 2 best footy clubs, probably sporting clubs in Australia for the past 20 years, So that'll give us a real good look at actually how much growth they've had and how much more we need to get.
All good, boys. That's
What
me.
are you most pleased with about tonight?
The scoreboard, darling. Yeah, the scoreboard, that's for sure.
Tough night to kick a field goal.
Yeah, look, the scoreboard at the end of the day, you sit here on the back of it and, you know, Toddy and his boys would be disappointed. We're very happy, but, you know, as I said, I thought we deserved to win on the back of our goal line defence. We did a lot more than them. We got a lot of 6 against. I think we had 8-1 in that area. So to repel them the amount of times they do on the back of the possession they had, I think the boys certainly earned the right to win the game.
And what was your message at half-time?
Just we needed to do a little better in some areas. You know, Ad's probably summed it up best. You know, like we had a fair few blokes who probably just needed to do a little better in a couple of key areas, and if we did that, we'd give ourselves a chance at the back end of the game. And to the credit of Ads and the boys, you know, they acknowledged where they needed to be better, and they certainly did better. And ultimately, the sort of the changing of the performance was some people got to save the line. If they didn't have the ability to change their performance, we wouldn't be sitting here happy now. That's for sure.
And did the crowd give you a bit of a lift tonight? They were absolutely going bananas.
Definitely a bonus for us, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. As I think we said last week, this is the closest thing to a home ground we've had for 3 years as a football club. You know, and I wasn't here for a fair part of that myself, you know, but, you know, we'd never had any atmosphere or anything like this anywhere else in the past few years. So to be here, live here, train here, and, you know, you get a bit of an affiliation with people around town, and there's certainly, you know, I saw a fair number of people coming in the game and they said, I'm not a Warriors supporter, but while you're here, I am a Warriors supporter, you know, where we didn't have the same sort of thing anywhere else, you know. So for the boys to have the crowd cheering them on, there's no doubt it certainly helps.
Thank you.
Thank you.